Hello and welcome to News Tonight on Rajya Sabha TV. I'm Tina Jha with all the important news and events through the day. Let's begin with the headlines. Bill to declare triple talaq illegal introduced in Lok Sabha. Bill provides for punishment of up to 3 years in jail and fine. Rajya Sabha adjourned for the day over uproar on Kaveri water sharing and Rafale deal issues. Senior BJP leaders hold press conferences in 70 cities on the Rafale deal. Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman charges Congress with knowingly misleading people on the pricing. Congress moves privilege notice against Prime Minister Modi in Lok Sabha and Union Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad in Rajya Sabha. Congress Chief Ministers take oath of office in 3 states. Kamal Nath announces debt waiver of up to 2 lakh rupees for farmers in Madhya Pradesh. Bhupesh Baghel sworn in as Chhattisgarh and Ashok Gehlot in Rajasthan. Congress leader Sajjan Kumar sentenced to jail for the remainder of his natural life in the 1984 Sikh riots case. Delhi High Court cancels trial court order acquitting him of charges in the case. 3 co-accused sentenced to life imprisonment, 2 others to 10 years each. India Maldives pledged to deepen cooperation on security in the Indian Ocean region. Prime Minister Modi announces $1.4 billion assistance after delegation-level talks with President Ibrahim Mohammed Soli. Both sides signed 4 agreements. A fresh bill to make the practice of triple talaq among Muslims a penal offence was introduced in the Lok Sabha on Monday. The Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Marriage Bill 2018 was introduced to replace an ordinance issued in September. Introducing the bill, Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad said it was essential to help Muslim women facing the problem of instant triple talaq. Opposing the bill, Congress MP Shashi Tharoor said divorce cannot be made a penal offence. He also termed the bill misconceived. Responding to Tharoor, Ravi Shankar Prasad said the bill has been brought after due deliberations and after making improvements. Under the proposed law, giving instant triple talaq will be illegal and void and will attract a jail term of 3 years for the husband.
आपको मालूम है 3 तलाक की महिलाओं के प्रोटेक्शन के लिए बिल लाया गया है। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने निर्णय किया ये गलत है, गैर कानूनी है, असंवैधानिक है। इसके बावजूद देश में धड़ल्ले से 3 तलाक दिया जा रहा था। इसलिए इसमें सोच विचार कर एक कानून लाया गया है। इसमें पेनल प्रोविजन है और इसमें हमने सुधार भी किया है। तो ये देश के हित में है, संवैधानिक है और जो पीड़ित हमारी मुस्लिम समाज की महिलाएं हैं उनकी चिंता करने के लिए बिल है। इसलिए जो पूरी आपत्ति है वो आपत्ति बिल्कुल बेबुनियाद है। मैं आपसे आग्रह करूंगा मुझे अनुमति दे इस बिल को इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए।
Parliament does not have the legislative competence to enact any law which is inconsistent with Part 3 of the Constitution in light of Article 13(2). So I do believe that this bill is a misconceived bill. It should not be brought to the House. I do not believe that Parliament has the competence to enact such a bill.
And the Lok Sabha passed a bill on Monday seeking to empower the transgender community by providing them a separate identity. The Transgender Persons Protection of Rights Bill was introduced in the Lok Sabha 2 years ago. It has now been passed with 27 amendments. The bill seeks to define transgenders and prohibit discrimination against them. Badruddin Khan of the CPIM said the definition of the transgender mentioned in the bill was not clear. Kakoli Ghosh of the TMC said the bill was hastily drafted and the different clauses mentioned in it were totally inconclusive. Earlier, seeking passage of the bill, Social Justice and Empowerment Minister Thawar Chand Gehlot said the bill was complete and there was no need for more discussion on it. And the Rajya Sabha was adjourned for the 5th consecutive day on Monday over the Rafale jet deal and Kaveri issues. Chairman M. Venkaiah Naidu has admitted a call attention notice on the destruction caused by cyclones in different states. He's also admitted notice tendered by Leader of Opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad on price rise. Notices by Ram Gopal Yadav of Samajwadi Party and TMC's Derek O'Brien on the agrarian crisis have also been admitted. The chairman adjourned the House within minutes of assembly as members of Tamil Nadu parties, DMK and AIADMK, stormed into the well of the House, demanding a permanent solution to the Kaveri water dispute between Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. While the Leader of Opposition, Ghulam Nabi Azad, mentioned about the Supreme Court verdict on Rafale, after the Treasury and the opposition benches sparring over the Rafale jet issue, the chairman adjourned the House for the day.
I have already admitted call attention on Gaza, Titri and other cyclone-affected states. 1 minute. Just at least hear the observation of the chair and then, Balasubramanian, please. To be taken up under call attention motion. I have also received a notice from the Leader of the Opposition, Sri Ghulam Nabi Azad ji, about the price rise with particular reference to petroleum products and other related items. That also I have admitted. And now I have received a notice from Sri Ram Gopal Yadav and Derek O'Brien about the agrarian crisis in the country. It's also an important issue. That also I have admitted it to be taken up. And then with regard to other issues, I have not admitted them under suspension of the question hour today. Derek O'Brien I have converted into a short discussion. We'll
I'm not, sir.
KK
My
Ragesh.
267 has become short duration?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
See, KK Ragesh also, he has given a notice about the Supreme Court verdict that I have deserved. And the other issues will be taken up during normal course. And the matters to be raised with the permission of the Chair, Jiro Sri Vijay Pal Singh Toma, issue pertaining to establishment of High Court bench at Allahabad.
3 BJP members moved a notice of breach of privilege against Congress President Rahul Gandhi in the Lok Sabha on Monday. BJP MPs Anurag Thakur, Nishikant Dubey and Sanjay Jaiswal have sought action against Gandhi over his speech during the debate on the no-confidence motion against the Narendra Modi government in Parliament's monsoon session. In their notice against the Congress leader, the BJP MP said that Rahul Gandhi misled the House in his speech. Rahul Gandhi had said that the UPA government had agreed to buy the aircraft at 520 crore rupees per unit, but when the BJP-led NDA government signed the deal, its cost was raised to 1,600 crore rupees. The BJP member said the comparative pricing mentioned by Rahul Gandhi was entirely untrue. And the Congress has also given breach of privilege notices in both houses of Parliament against the government for allegedly giving a wrong affidavit before the Supreme Court in the Rafale deal case. The government had on Saturday filed an application for a correction to be carried out in the Supreme Court order on the Rafale jet fighter deal.
Congress MP Sunil Jakhar moved a privilege notice in the Lok Sabha against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while Leader of Opposition Ghulam Nabi Azad moved a privilege motion against Law Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad in Rajya Sabha.
We have given a privilege notice against the government. This government has misled the entire...
I have received the notice.
On the Congress claiming ambiguity in the Supreme Court judgment, Union Minister Arun Jaitley clarified that defence transactions go to the CAG for an audit review, which are then referred to the PAC. Jaitley wrote in a Facebook blog titled Rafale, Lies, Short-Lived Lies and Now Further Lies that after the Supreme Court has spoken the last word, it gets legitimacy. A political body can never come to a finding contrary to what the court has said. The government has already filed an affidavit before the Supreme Court to make a factual correction in which a reference was made about the Comptroller and Auditor General report and the Parliament's Public Accounts Committee. The court's ruling effectively vindicated the government's stance that due process had been followed in reaching the 59,000 crore rupee deal and said there was no reason to order a probe by the Central Bureau of Investigation. Kriti Mishra's report for Rajya Sabha TV.
The BJP launched a massive counterattack on Monday against Congress's accusations over the Rafale deal. Party senior leaders held press conferences across the country aiming to expose what they call Congress's lies.
The Congress party is obviously desperate.
BJP's top leaders held press conferences in 17 cities to counter Congress's allegations against the government over the Rafale issue. Targeting the Congress, Defence Minister Nirmala Sitharaman said the UPA government was in power for 10 years but failed to see the deal through. She said the Congress is knowingly misleading people on the pricing of Rafale jets.
The Congress party is obviously desperate. One, to see why there has not been even a whiff of corruption. How come? And the second, how can it be so, especially in defense? Because you couldn't have taken decisions in defense without middlemen, without money going in the name of kickbacks. So they went on this game of pick up on Rafale, we'll go through the whole thing. They spent 10 years over it.
Maharashtra Chief Minister Fadnavis held a press conference in Hyderabad, while Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister addressed the media in Guwahati. They said the Supreme Court verdict has exposed the lies of the Congress.
जो पैराग्राफ 26 में हम देख सकते हैं कि जो पुराना एक्विजिशन हुआ था उसके टर्म्स से बेहतर टर्म्स और बेहतर कीमत ये इस एक्विजिशन में मिली है। जो ओरिजिनल इक्विपमेंट मैन्युफैक्चरर है इस केस में डसॉल्ट एविएशन, इसको वो पूरे अधिकार है और उन अधिकारों के तहत उन्होंने कई पार्टनर चुने हैं जिसमें से एक रिलायंस भी है।
इस पूरी प्रक्रिया में जिस प्रकार के गैर जिम्मेदाराना पूर्ण बयान दिए जा रहे हैं वह सत्य पर धूल झोंकने जैसा है, लेकिन सत्य तो सत्य होता है। केंद्र की सरकार ने देश की सुरक्षा की आवश्यकता को ध्यान में रखकर जो कदम बढ़ाए हैं, सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी उसे उचित माना।
Uttar Pradesh Deputy Chief Minister Keshav Prasad Maurya said the Supreme Court verdict has made it clear that national interest is paramount for the BJP and Prime Minister Narendra Modi. In a blow to the Congress, the Supreme Court had dismissed all petitions seeking court-monitored and CBI probe into the Rafale deal.
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने सभी याचिकाओं को खारिज करते हुए जहां राफेल सौदे को आवश्यक बताया देश की सुरक्षा की दृष्टि से और किसी भी प्रकार की गड़बड़ी इस सौदे में नहीं है, यह भी निर्णय में उल्लेखित किया गया। जैसा उनका चरित्र है वैसी धारणा उन्होंने भारतीय जनता पार्टी के लिए और भारतीय जनता पार्टी के नेतृत्व के प्रति बनाई।
The Congress has been claiming irregularities in the pricing of the Rafale deal and selection of offset partner. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And senior Congress leader Sajjan Kumar has been convicted and sentenced to imprisonment for remainder of his natural life in a 1984 anti-Sikh riots case by the Delhi High Court. The court said the riots were a crime against humanity, perpetrated by those who enjoyed political patronage and aided by an indifferent law enforcement agency. The 1984 riots were a dark chapter for India. After two Sikh bodyguards assassinated former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, Delhi plunged into communal frenzy. Thousands of Sikhs were killed, dozens were burnt alive. Their houses were destroyed in Delhi and other cities. The mass killings over 3 days unleashed fear, terror, sorrow and depression among the Sikh community. And 3 decades later, the victims are left with deep scars from the memories of the carnage. Over the years, victims fought for justice, running from one court to the other. What prolonged their fight for justice was that a majority of perpetrators of the Sikh carnage enjoyed political patronage. A few of the accused, who included some Congress leaders, escaped prosecution for years. But on 17 December 2018, the Delhi High Court convicted one of them, Sajjan Kumar, in the case. Sajjan Kumar was held guilty in the killing of 5 people of a family in Rajnagar area of Palam Colony in southwest Delhi on the intervening night of 1st and 2nd November 1984, as well as burning down a Gurudwara in the locality. The court sentenced Kumar to life imprisonment for criminal conspiracy to commit murder and directed him to surrender by the 31st of December.
ये सज्जन कुमार को उम्र कैद टिल डेथ, लाइफ सेंटेंस टिल डेथ सज्जन कुमार को।
अच्छा, और बाकियों के लिए सर?
बाकियों को जो तीनों को उम्र कैद दी थी नीचे वाली अदालत ने, उनको उम्र कैद है, और जो दो को 3-3 साल की सजा दी थी, एक एक्स MLA महेंद्र यादव को और एक कृष्ण खोखर को, उनको 10-10 साल बढ़ा के कर दिया।
In the same case, the High Court upheld the convictions and awarded varying sentences to former Congress councillor Balwant Khokhar, retired naval officer Captain Bagmal, Girdhari Lal and former MLAs Mahendra Yadav and Kishan Khokhar. All were convicted for criminal conspiracy to burn down residences of Sikh families and a Gurudwara in the area during the riots. Describing the 1984 riots as a crime against humanity, the High Court said, though it took over 3 decades to punish the accused in the case, it was important to assure the victims that truth will prevail and justice will be done. The bench also applauded the courage and perseverance of 3 eyewitnesses, Jagdish Kaur, her cousin Jagsher Singh and Nirpreet Kaur. Jagdish Kaur's husband, son and 3 cousins were the 5 victims who were killed in the case. The other witness, Nirpreet Kaur, saw the Gurudwara being burnt down and her father being burnt alive by the raging mobs.
संतुष्टि मिली है कि चलो 34 साल बाद मैंने मिले इंसाफ ते मिले। जिस तरह इन्हें सज्जन कुमार ने मेरे ते झूठे केस पापा मैंने 9 साल जेल कटाई, मेरी मम्मी ने सानू तड़फाया, आज ये भी जेल च जाएगा।
मैं क्या सबको मार दी, पर सच कहूँगी क्योंकि ऐसे कातलों को बचना नहीं चाहिए। ये जुल्म करना पाप है तो जुल्म सहना भी पाप है। आपको संदेश मिले सबको कि कितना भी बड़ा आदमी हो, आखिर कानून किससे बड़ा कोई नहीं है, कानून माफ नहीं करता।
The conviction of Sajjan Kumar by the Delhi High Court was welcomed by leaders across the political spectrum. Riot victims and Sikh bodies expressed hope that other culprits in the case would also be convicted soon.
Finally, the effort has been that cover-ups are now being defeated. Sajjan Kumar was a symbol of the anti-Sikh riots in 1984. People came one after the other and gave evidence. But so far the cover-up had been succeeded. But today, finally, the judiciary has intervened, the Delhi High Court has intervened, and he has been convicted. And I think the legacy of the 1984 injustice hangs around the neck both of the Congress party and the Gandhi family.
ਤੇ ਕਿਹੋ ਜਿਹਾ ਹਿਸਟੋਰਿਕ ਵਰਡਿਕਟ ਕੋਰਟ ਨੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਪੋਲਿਟੀਕਲ ਪੈਟਰਨੇਜ ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਜਸਟਿਸ ਹੈਜ਼ ਬੀਨ ਡਿਰੇਲਡ। ਇਸ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਡੀ ਕੀ ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਸਕਦੀ ਕਿ ਕੋਰਟ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੀ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹਰੇਕ ਹਿੰਦੁਸਤਾਨੀ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਸੀ that political patronage ਦੇ ਕਾਰਨ ਸੱਜਣ ਕੁਮਾਰ ਤੇ ਟਾਈਟਲਰ ਵਰਗੇ ਅੱਜ ਵੀ ਸ਼ਰੇਆਮ ਘੁੰਮ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ।
On 29th March 2017, the High Court issued show-cause notices to 11 accused in 5 other 1984 anti-Sikh riots cases, which were earlier closed. The matter is being heard by another division bench. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Moving on, Vice President M. Venkaiah Naidu has described India as one of the world's major socio-economic forces, saying that India has always been a global cultural force. The Vice President further said that India was once a Vishwaguru, giving the world a cultural, spiritual and intellectual leadership. Addressing the conference on soft power organized by the India Foundation, the Vice President said universities like Takshila and Nalanda hosted students from all over the world. He also said that now is the time for India to focus on becoming a soft power. He also said that the country will have to move forward in this direction to pursue global, national and regional interests.
It's timely and appropriate to focus on India's rise as a soft power nation and also engaged in discussions on the need for an Indian-centric discourse on soft power. How to maximize and deploy soft power assets, particularly to furthering national, regional and global interests. India has from time immemorial has been of the foremost cultural forces in the world. It was known as Viswa Guru, as India provided cultural, spiritual and intellectual leadership.
Ashok Gehlot was sworn in as the Chief Minister of Rajasthan today, along with Sachin Pilot, who took oath as the Deputy Chief Minister of the state. This is Gehlot's third stint as Chief Minister of Rajasthan. Congress President Rahul Gandhi and former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh were present at the swearing-in ceremony. And senior Congress leader Kamal Nath was also sworn in as the Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh today. The 72-year-old Congress veteran was administered the oath of office by Governor Anandiben Patel as the 18th Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. Congress Chief Rahul Gandhi was present at the swearing-in ceremony, along with former Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan. Just hours after taking oath of office, Kamal Nath cleared the proposal of waiving farm loans of up to 2 lakh rupees as promised by the Congress President Rahul Gandhi ahead of Assembly elections. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Monday held wide-ranging talks with Maldivian President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih in New Delhi with an aim to begin a new chapter in bilateral ties. Solih arrived in New Delhi on Sunday on a 3-day state visit. On the last day of his visit, that is tomorrow, the Maldivian President will visit the Taj Mahal.
Prime Minister Modi on Monday announced $1.4 billion financial assistance to Maldives after delegation-level talks with President Ibrahim Mohamed Solih. Both sides also pledged to deepen security cooperation in the Indian Ocean region. The Prime Minister said there are infinite possibilities in expanding relations between the two neighbours. Both countries inked 4 pacts. The agreements between the two nations will provide for easy facilitation of visas and cooperation in areas of cultural, agribusiness and information technology.
आपकी सरकार के पीपल सेंट्रिक डेवलपमेंट के विजन की मैं अत्यधिक सराहना करता हूं। एक घनिष्ठ मित्र और पड़ोसी के रूप में हम मालदीव की सफलता की कामना करते हैं। मालदीव के लोगों के जीवन को बदलने की आपकी सरकार की महत्वाकांक्षी योजनाओं को अंजाम देने में और मालदीव में विकास का मानवीय रूप यानी ह्यूमन फेस और भी निखारने के आपके प्रयास में भारत हमेशा आपके साथ है।
The Maldives support for India's candidature for permanent membership of an expanded and reformed UN Security Council and shall also support India's candidature for non-permanent seat for the year 2020-21.
The Maldivian president also said both sides agreed to strengthen maritime security cooperation in the Indian Ocean region through coordinated patrol and aerial surveillance. He reiterated his country's support for India's candidature for permanent membership of an expanded UN Security Council. Prime Minister Modi congratulated Solih on his victory in the Maldives presidential election.
मालदीव में विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में भारतीय कंपनियों के निवेश के लिए बढ़ते अवसरों का मैं स्वागत करता हूं। ये दोनों देशों के लिए परस्पर लाभकारी हैं। मालदीव में पारदर्शी, जवाबदेह और नियमों पर आधारित प्रशासन का विजन भारतीय कारोबारियों को एक स्वागत योग्य संदेश देता है।
Important aspect of our discussions was our mutual aspiration and needs for regional stability, and also agreed to strengthen maritime security in the Indian Ocean region through coordinated patrolling and aerial surveillance, exchange of information, including cooperation in the areas of training and capacity building.
The Maldivian president arrived in New Delhi on Sunday on a 3-day state visit, his first foreign trip after assuming office a month ago. Modi had attended Solih's swearing-in ceremony on November 17th. Relations between India and Maldives deteriorated after then-President Abdullah Yameen imposed emergency on February 5th this year. India criticized his decision and asked that he restore the credibility of the electoral and political process by releasing political prisoners.
Maldives is one of the most important countries in Indian Ocean, immensely strategically located. With re-establishment of democracy in Maldives, both countries are expecting the best from each other. Akhilesh Suman for Rajya Sabha Television with camera person Suresh in Delhi.
And to discuss the story further, we're being joined on News Tonight by former Ambassador Mr. Shilkant Sharma. Sir, a very good evening and thank you for joining us on News Tonight. Sir, India extending the line of credit to Maldives, and then the Maldivian president going on to say that India is its closest friend. Do you see the ties between the two historical partners being rekindled in a way after hitting a rough patch under Abdullah Yameen previously? Sir, can you hear me? Sir, my first question to you is, India extending the line of credit to Maldives, and then, in return, Maldivian president going on to praise India, saying India is its closest friend. Do you now see the ties between the two historical partners being rekindled after hitting a rough patch under Abdullah Yameen?
This is exceedingly reassuring and heartening for all those in both countries who have been for long the well-wishers of bilateral relations between these two countries,
Indeed.
India and Maldives, who are friends of Maldives in India and friends of India in Maldives. This visit really brings the whole relationship, as has been said, into a new chapter where they will work together. They have affirmed and committed themselves to work together for mutual benefit, with mutual respect, and also being sensitive to each other's interests.
Yes.
Now, this is a kind of relationship that $1.4 billion, the credit line, also as currency swap support and budgetary support, and Prime Minister's very clear affirmation that Maldives' aspirations for human development in their country, India fully stands by in supporting it.
Yes.
Then on the maritime ambience of Maldives, there is this whole cooperation on maritime security and meeting the common concerns of both countries. Then the human resources also, the 1,000 seats for Maldivian nationals to come to India in multiple areas of human resource development. And the emphasis by the Prime Minister that the youth, if they live together, they work together, if they study together, the bond will be stronger. Now that has been the spirit of India's diplomacy in the region in South Asia. India has always been a benign, helpful, sensitive power, which tries to, where the whole intention is to help our neighbors.
Yes.
And Maldives' response
and the
now.
trust is on the economic opportunities, isn't it? Because we heard the Prime Minister stressing on economic opportunities for Indian companies, in fact, in Maldives. But what I want to ask you is, post the GMR fiasco, will these companies be still keen in such investments in the country?
Yes, the economic opportunities is what we are looking at. The global conjuncture is such that we have to come together to help each other, go over the problems of economic development. And the investment of India in Maldives, India's interest in the projects in Maldives for their own development is reaffirmed. And Maldives President Mohammed Saleh has actually, his visit has reconfirmed this interest of Maldives.
Certainly.
And then he's invited our Prime Minister again. So this high-level exchange of visits within a month, PM went to the swearing-in ceremony, and now the President came here for a 3-day state visit.
Indeed, sir. We're running extremely short of time. Thank you for joining us on News Tonight with your views. That's it from us in this bulletin. Thanks for watching.